What's up, 220? This is the first edition of the Cruel Spotlight. I don't know. I'm working on it. It's a working title.
Krul's Corner.
Cruel Scorn. You know what? That actually used to be one of my podcast ideas like 10 years ago that never
There
came
you
to
go.
fruition, but there you go. But yes, here today with MelonHawk, the owner of the 49ers. It's his, first season in 220, right?
According to you, it is. It is. I
So,
think, yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm just a brief overview of what I'm trying to do here. Just kind of doing like just kind of like meet the owners, kind of talk about like how Madden's going, like where your direction is for the roster, and maybe a little background on yourself and all that good stuff. Feel like I'm kind of taking over a little bit for Wendy here, so shout out to him for giving me this idea, kind of. So, anyways, let's get right to it. We just had the draft. How are you feeling about it?
First two picks good. Everything else pretty trash. I didn't get any rule luck on my side. So yeah, but number two overall guy at pick like 22, center superstar, star dev tight end that I've already
J
got three upgrades in.
Jace
Um,
Coleman, huh? Yeah.
so so yeah, we lost Trent Williams to retirement, so need to beef up the O line. So hopefully
Gotcha.
that happens, and then gotta replace Kittle slowly. So
And you got him at pick 22 too.
mhm.
That's pretty good. And he's already got one ability right now. Shows nasty streak, so nice.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, I mean, like I was telling you before we went live here, like it's rare to get an offensive lineman that actually has abilities because if they don't have abilities, you're pretty much screwed. That's what they're stuck with unless you get like lucky in some kind of training.
yeah.
But yeah, so it's pretty good. Who was your second pick? You said you got somebody
Uh,
else good too,
it was
right?
a tight end, Jeff Wall.
Jeff
Um,
Wall.
He started as a
Star.
72. He's a 75 now.
Nice.
So yeah, he'll be a Kittle replacement. I go straight team playbook just to vary up my own style, so I don't like do everything the same in the different leagues I may be in. So there have so much two tight ends that like last year I put check at the second tight end spot and picked up Zach Ertz for when there was a fullback in the formation. So check could go back there, and so I was like, well, I need to beef that up because Kittle's now 32. So
Okay. By the way, it's first time doing this, guy, so I just realized I'm not even sharing my screen and I'm looking at the neon thing right now, so
oh,
I can try
you're
to
good.
do that, but uh
That works.
yeah, by the way, you said that the 49ers playbook has a lot of two tight ends. Is that what you're saying? Is trying to sell me
Yeah.
right now? Because
Yeah,
I might
yeah, I saw your tight end, so I saw
I
the tight
might
end you
need
picked
some
up.
of that now, so
Yeah,
I'm definitely
so
trying to look for a new playbook myself this off season. So see how
yeah,
that goes.
they've
But
a lot more motion than I'm used to. So
oh, I feel like that's every playbook in Madden this year.
yeah.
There's motion galore. Um, I will say like we obviously played each other in the wild card this year in the
Hmm.
NFC, and it was a good game. You yeah. Was it the first time we played, or am I just keep thinking that everything's the first time that that you're in 2-0 right now?
No, I don't think we played last year when I was the Chiefs,
Okay.
so I don't remember it.
Yeah, so I mean, going into that game, I had like zero idea of what was coming or anything like that. But the way you had your offense come out, especially in that first half, was it had me on the ropes for sure. Especially with you say you don't know the motions too much, but those motion plays for McCaffrey are
Oh,
nasty.
some of them are just dumb how good they are. I don't have to do anything. He's just wide open. They
Yeah,
put him out to
especially when it's like
pass
man
him.
to man and he's on the
Yeah.
linebacker. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
good night. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, how are you feeling about like did you have any big acquisitions in free agency this year or
Yeah, so I picked up Zach Tom, 87 overall right tackle.
Yep.
I'm glad we didn't stick with the accidental advance that GE pulled because I way overpaid for him because the game was glitching out. So I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get the top money on him. But I signed him. We had a ton of cap room with Trent Williams leaving, so
Yeah.
I think we had like 80 million in cap. So I snagged him um, as well as just some. Nothing too flashy after that. He was the big purchase. I traded GE for a free safety to replace Justin Simmons, that I picked off a free agency last year, but him just getting slower and slower. I was like, I need somebody more youthful, so I picked up Andre Cisco
Okay.
through that trade this offseason. Um,
Did, did I see in that false advance, did you win the Christian Wilkins at
I
defensive
did.
tackle?
I
Yeah.
won him the first time, and then
Did
then
you
the
way overpay for
Texans.
him as well, or?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I gave him just like the year bump. I I was trying to figure it out because I was like, offensive line's the only position I need, and it just kept saying Cooley and the Saints were above me no matter what I did. So I
Oh,
think
okay.
when that advance happened, I was paying him 40 million a year,
Wow.
and I was like, okay. And Cooley, I was messaging him and he was like, yeah, my offer's yellow. And I was like, I don't, okay. I was like, it's not what it's showing on my screen. So I don't know. Yeah. So I think his
It's just
contract's way better.
that's standard Madden wonkiness right there. Like,
So,
yeah. Okay. So, okay, like to go back now, like are you actually like a 49er fan or are you
oh no, I'm a Bengal fan.
a
So
Bengal fan? Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay. Yeah, well,
So
good luck fight. Well, actually VD, he's been known to switch teams for somebody else, so if you
I
ever want
yeah,
the Bengals, you might get him one year.
yeah, you never know. I
Yeah.
usually don't try to go for them because most of the time, me and Taco, who was in this league last year and now just plays NCAA, I
Yeah.
usually just play whoever so he can have the Bengals. But yeah,
Okay.
uh, their I mean their cap situation the past couple of Maddens has been great. So you can keep the receivers easy, and like even this year, Trey Hendrickson can be re-signed very easily. Um, and since it's Madden, you doesn't matter if you have a defense anyway. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So, how did you think of your first season this year with the 49ers in the NFC
Um,
West?
really good. So I made a mistake last year when I played as the Chiefs, as I didn't understand a lot of the ability rules that were set because I just didn't read anything like that.
Ah,
So the first year I go to the Super Bowl and lose to Detroit, but I use Pacheco 96% of the time, and I didn't know about that rule, and so he got his X factor taken away. And so I was like, okay, like can't bell
oof.
cow 100% of the time. You
Yeah,
got
no,
it.
no, no, no.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about that being a thing. So, but I was like, oh, okay. So, McCaffrey, another easy bell cow, but having Brian Robinson automatically be the power back, their running attack is really good.
Yeah.
And so McCaffrey was either first or second with Saquon, ended up. So I've kind of gone easy on wide receivers, because that's not the focus. So I
I
don't
got
need
you.
anybody dominant there. And Brandon Ayuk drops balls every game for me. So I don't even know why he's on the team anymore. So,
Well, so how did you feel against your NFC West foes? Like I know you got, let's see, shoot, dude, I gotta look. I know Epilepsy is the Seahawks. I think
and then
Dre
Dre
Spiller is the
is the
Cardinals,
Cards
and
and
then we
then
got Knight.
Knights
Yeah,
as the Rams.
yeah.
Um, Feeling pretty good. I think Epilepsy's just going through, the tough times of having Jalen Milroe as his quarterback to start, like a low 70s quarterback to start out. It's really tough. Um,
Yeah.
and then Dre beat me both times we played. He came back
Oh
down
wow.
31 points and he came back down 24 points and beat me both times. So,
Dang.
yeah. And then I fared all right against Knights. I think I beat him like round seven by 7 points each time. Um,
See,
Knights likes to throw the ball a lot, and so there
yeah,
there comes there comes picks with that, but also a lot of touchdowns. So like he'll throw three picks, but he'll still be in the game because Devontae Adams is really good, and
yeah.
you know,
Well, and he's got Stafford back there just slinging things too.
yeah.
So
So
yeah. Okay. So, how you feeling like the rest of the cycle? You think you got a pretty good like in that division? You think you match up pretty well outside of, those ridiculous comebacks from
I
Dre.
yeah, I mean, I
Was
hopefully I
there
can
like
learn.
wonky stuff that happened in both of those games, or is it
No, he
just
would just have some defensive stops and
uh
sometimes holding the lead when you get one really early, you change that play calling, you get
oh,
super
100%.
conservative. And
100%.
then I conservative should help me being the 49ers with McCaffrey, but when the defense is also expecting run the whole time, it's a lot
Yep.
easier to stop the run. And
Yep.
so, then you throw on 3rd and 8, you get picked off once or twice, and then the game easily kind of shifts from there. But basically, both times it was just he would go, relying on Trey McBride, and he would just come through
It's a
middle of the field,
good guy
and
to
yeah.
rely on.
So, some people when they get pass happy, especially in this year's game, is just
Oh
it
yeah.
kind of becomes hard to stop if they're making pretty good reads.
What's hilarious is like I find for me, at least for season one, and I don't know, I'm in my head I'm blaming the playbook, but I struggled probably more this year passing than I have like in previous years. And if I ran the ball 90% of the time, I'd probably win just because Gibbs is ridiculous. So,
Yeah,
um, and yeah, I mean, for the 49ers, at least what I could think of, I think the one thing you guys are missing on offense is probably like a stud receiver that's like can take over the game. You got Kittle, obviously, but you
yeah.
just mentioned Ayuk is apparently not that great.
No, I don't find him that great at all. So I traded for Hollywood because I
Yeah, I
liked him
see
better
that.
than
Yep.
Jawan Jennings. And I let Jawan Jennings walk.
And actually,
And then
I think I did like a little bit of a light scouting on you before I went in, like looking at your roster and everything. I was pretty surprised to see that Ricky Pearsall was like your number one receiver pretty much last year. So,
yeah, I mean he ends up being in the slot and sometimes slots the gets
hmm
some of the best routes. So
yeah. Okay. All right. Well, so what did you think? Did you watch any of the playoffs of this year? Like after,
uh
obviously weren't part of it anymore, but did you watch
sure.
like the rest
I
of it?
watched some of the Super Bowl and a couple little bits and pieces of the other games, but nothing that I
Yeah.
locked in on. I mean, I played Shadow a bunch and um, played Feds quite a bit. Played Gordo quite a bit, so I'm used to kind of their game styles and seeing how those are.
Yeah.
I haven't played Jay Horn that much, or I played Cooley in the season and lost in overtime going for two. So like had close games there, and um, I've played views in last year's game and NCAA, and I mean, we played in like three national championships in NCAA, and he's got my number, beating me by like 21 at least every time. So, um, you know, getting his offense, and then CEO, is just really consistent with his offense.
Yeah,
He's
he's
gonna take his time and find where a hole's gonna be to get 8 yards of care, like a
yep.
pass. And then he's going to throw the comeback route when you forget that he's going to run the comeback route every time. I feel like somehow he always knows when to pick it when I'm not going to, play it.
Call the play
So,
for
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it always seems like you can, I mean, again, defense is so difficult in this game that it's like,
Oh yeah.
unless you end up building a defense like Hen did with the Eagles last year with all of those cornerbacks and safeties that
hmm
he had that could just, jump across
Yeah,
the hash marks, it's
you just call
really
man to
tough.
man and put the controller down.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I've never had a Madden game where I can call man to man. So, yeah.
So
So, I I
I'm
think
assuming.
the
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I think the division split will be interesting this year. Because I think, I'm not sure if one's going to be more dominant than the other because I felt like, last year it kind of split ended up even though usually the top records kind of came out of the NFC. kind of with you and Detroit.
Hmm.
But then, CEO kind of went on a run of Super Bowls. So
Yeah.
it's very interesting. And I think that might be kind of the same thing this year because I feel like Views has a very good young team. Um, so
Yeah. It's definitely the at least for the first season, it was definitely a kind of a toss-up bag there. Like it was an interesting field of teams that went into the playoffs, and
yeah.
then some upsets, but mostly it was like the top seeds that ended up winning. So
Hmm.
we'll see how it goes. I mean, obviously, as the longer the cycle goes, the more team developing happens, and then people kind of separate and everything like that. But
Sure.
um, going back to what you just said, of talking about like playing a lot of players in NCAA, I know so I'm assuming you're mostly been an NCAA player, like that's your preferred game probably when since it
Uh,
came
I
out,
mean,
or
I play in like two leagues of NCAA and one league of Madden. So
okay,
I don't load my schedule too much to be like in 5 or 10 leagues because
yeah.
there isn't enough time because I'll want to schedule everything, so I can't.
Do you have a preference? Like, are you like Team NCAA or Team Madden
Um,
or
I was, obviously I've been team NCAA since NCAA's come out, but I think that's because Madden created Boom Tech and it's god awful.
yeah, yep.
So
I
like
mean, it's
last
got
year's
Detroit
game,
to quit, so
yeah, I mean, and he's playing his Old Dominion in the
yeah, I
NCAA
know. I
220
see
league.
that.
So like,
Just won
yeah,
the Sun Belt, so
yeah.
kudos to you.
So, uh, but I mean, I played a ton of Madden for, since probably, some on like Super Nintendo starting there, but like probably seriously on the '03 Marshall Faulk one,
Oh,
and then
nice, nice.
probably seriously played since then. But like, yeah, out the pinball for the past 2 years has been really
It's
rough.
been rough. Especially
So,
like the worst is like that pinball, and then all of a sudden they get that little speed boost, and they like,
mhm,
it's like
yeah.
what is happening right now? But
Which, when they make a big new feature, which I feel like they do every 3 or so years, like you can't put too much pressure on it year one. But
hmm,
like the abilities and the X factors, I think they're a little overpowered the first year they brought them out, but I think they're a great thing to separate players.
of course,
Like,
yeah.
and so I'm like, it was a great idea, and now they've kind of perfected it. I'm like, I don't know, because year two of this, I don't feel like it's barely changed. So,
I well, I think I I think it's improved, but maybe not as much as we wanted it to improve because
yeah,
there's still remnants there of it. Like
yeah,
honestly, if I mean if they would the one thing I would request from like NCAA to this would be like just have the tackling from NCAA in it. I think it's way better
sure.
than it is in Madden right now. So,
Yeah.
but it's definitely not as bad as with last year. Last year was
Yeah, last year
absolutely
was,
insane. It was like arcade mode, essentially, is what it was like on
yeah,
offense. So, so obviously, I mean, faulty memory and everything for myself, but like, so
you're
how
good.
did you become into like 220 and everything like that? Like, who brought you in?
Um,
And
Feds brought me in, played in Madden Wars with him back in
oh, okay.
2013 when it was on a website and we were on like teams that
Yep.
were like drafted together. So I found them at that point. So I played with most of them. So like with Insano joining, like I played him back then. So I've played a couple of the people kind of that far back.
Dang,
So
I didn't realize
um,
Insano has been around that long too. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I played in leagues with Primo
Yep.
way back in the day. So yeah, so I'd been in the kind of echo chamber, and then Taco is my brother, so he kind of just got in the leagues through me, and then he stayed around, and then I've kind of just been on and off, and then I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna just go back and be addicted for a little bit again. So
I gotcha. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, I didn't realize you've been around that long. So, I mean, welcome aboard. I'm glad you're here. So, yeah, I mean, who you have you looked at your schedule by the way this year?
I haven't,
So,
I haven't even.
it's one of the things I always do, like when it's the draft advance, like that little whatever section, like
Mhm.
they already upload like the new schedule into the game, so you can go in and look at it. And
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I
yeah, so
hadn't
I'm
checked it, but
wondering.
it's not on Neo yet when I
That's
check my team page.
yeah, it's not on there yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know who you guys play this year. Um, like what divisions that is.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's gonna not be good for webcam here, but I have my Madden up here and I can check real quick.
It's totally fine. I mean, there needs to be a little jank, or it won't feel like Feds was a part of it.
Yeah, low tech video, low tech
Low tech
video.
video.
All right, so we got here 49ers. You start the year off against Knight.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you get views.
All right.
Super Bowl
Well,
champ. There you go.
yep. He's going to complete at least 75% of his passes, so that'll make sense.
Then you get a old Rude, Mr. Draft
Trading with,
Extraordinaire.
yeah,
So it looks like you got the NFC South this year because you get the Cowboys as well. Hey, you get both Super Bowl teams. Good, have
great,
fun, have fun.
great.
And then you get the Saints and Chiefs. So you
Okay.
get Shadow as well.
Shadowing, Cooley.
Yep. Finally, your well, no, the first division game was week one, but then you get the Cardinals, Broncos, Raiders, Eagles, Packers, Seahawks, Chargers, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, and Commanders. So the Commanders to finish out the year. So
Okay.
I gotta say that's a pretty tough front-loaded schedule right there. I'm not gonna
Yeah, I
lie.
we'll see. We'll see. I'll get to test it.
Yeah. Are
Yeah.
you sticking with Purdy as the quarterback, or
I mean, yeah, he's
in
locked
Madden
up.
he
I'm
seems
not
like he's pretty solid. So
Yeah, he's fine. And I mean, he's locked up. I'm not going to make a VD mistake like with the Jaguars last year and end up in that cap situation. So I know he was like, "Nah, I'm just riding it out and I'm just taking a year off." But I'm like, that'll
yeah,
ruin
no.
my team real quick with
Put him
the
on suspension
contracts.
for a whole season.
Yeah. My team's in timeout. I'll
Put
see
him
you
in
guys in
timeout
a
exactly.
yeah, I'll see you in a month and a half. Like, no thanks. But yeah, so I think with them having signed him to a contract before like this season, he's basically locked up for, 5. So yeah, he's adequate. He doesn't miss too many throws. A lot of their stuff is either underneath or McCaffrey just by himself somewhere. So it's kind of works out. I don't know about you, but I've in both games, whether it's college or pro, I've had a really tough time with like speed outs from the slot that are perfect green.
Hmm.
I miss them in both leagues. I don't know if like the speed out is like not supposed to come from the slot. But I'll have it even with those design RPOs that have that speed out there
Oh yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
sometimes they just naturally overthrow it. And
So me personally, I don't run anything that usually has like a speed out from the slot, but I will say that one of my pet peeves of this Madden this year is like if I'm trying to call like a basic out and they're the outside receivers, like it just keeps going to speed out. I want
Well,
just a regular out.
yes, yes. I mean, the same thing. I'd totally be fine with a normal out, but that's not your audible
I
option.
know.
Like speed out is the option because they're like, well,
Yeah,
it's quick,
it's
quicker is better, right? And it's like, I guess, but my quarterback can't throw it, so
but you say that, but I also remember like so I think on one play, I think it was in the playoffs actually, I tried to figure this out. Like so I motioned the outside receiver like I guess more inside. He was still on the same side of the field. He just came in a little bit more from the hashes. And then it was like let me do like a regular out. So I'm like,
that's
okay,
weird.
so do they only allow like regular outs depending on where their alignment is, I guess? I'm assuming that's what it is. But yeah, the speed
Yeah,
outs,
I don't
I'm
know.
not first of all, I'm not a fan of the speed outs at all anyways, because I feel like the animations out of them are like terrible.
Yeah.
And so they like just do like a little roundabout instead of like a little
Mm-hmm.
quick cut. So
Yeah.
which the irony of it being called a speed out. But
Speed out.
yeah.
Fair.
But yeah. So um all right. Well, I mean, we got like 8 minutes left here on this video before it gets, low tech video on me and
Fair
cuts us
enough. Yeah.
off.
Well, that's what we're driving for, right? To get that last minute cutoff.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Perfect, perfect, perfect words to go out on.
Yep.
So, what are your expectations this year for the 49ers?
I think it's going to be a lot more running with just Purdy sprinkling stuff in there. Depending. I'm not a big trader, so I kind of my philosophy I think is different than a lot of people that just
Yeah,
pack on picks where I'm
yeah,
just like if you want to give up the 28, 29 year olds, that's fine. I'm totally like fine picking up, J Justin Simmons
yeah.
to stick him at safety. I mean, he ended up being an all pro, so I'm like that's fine.
One
I'm just
one
like
one man's trash, another man's treasure. There you go.
100%,
Yeah.
like I'm just like, okay, this year I'm like, who's going to be trading somebody? Because some of these draft picks, not really a fan of. So
Yeah.
I'll stick with my team a lot, but I think should be good. Hopefully, figure out a defense that is can stop people. So
You switching up anything on the defensive or offensive side of like play calling wise, playbooks or
prob
anything like that?
Probably not. I'm still trying to practice switch stick. I'm terrible at it. I forget that it's still a thing half the time. And it's, I'm just like, man, if I would have remembered, I would have been able
I,
to cover that. But it has not come naturally to me.
I well, first of all, I've never actually practiced it, but you would
Sure,
think for somebody that actually has like somewhat of stick skills would enjoy it, but it's not done nothing but like hurt me essentially.
sure.
Especially I feel like in NCAA, it's even more sensitive because I'll be on all of a sudden like a linebacker and I'll try to do like a hit stick or something, and all of a sudden it'll just change my player to like somebody else where I was hit sticking towards, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
weird. So something I never have even practiced. I mean, it could help me, could not, but I'm like, I don't know. This is where I say I'm becoming older, and I feel like I'm becoming more like Wendy, where I'm just like an old man in my habits.
Yeah, you're like, I don't care about the new features.
Yeah,
I
that's right.
don't want revamp. I'm back to my old ways. That's
Yep,
cool that you can
yep,
change. I just feel like that switch stick is, I know there's some like advanced users that use it in ways I would never touch, but like when you know you've got a route covered and you need to get back to the
yep,
dump off, and it's like that's what I need to take this middle linebacker that's nowhere near the running back, that's just
yep.
standing 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage. But I'm
Covering
like,
nobody.
yeah, he's hanging out there,
Yeah.
but so
Well, and I will say this, Madden, I've noticed that usually when somebody throws it and you go to switch the player, this year it's been notoriously bad. Like it gives me not the right guy. Like there's might be two guys in the vicinity, and I think it's gonna give me the one guy that's closer to him, and it gives me the guy behind him or something like that. And so I get out of the
I've had
position
that
with
with a lot
him.
of outside runs where I'm expecting to get the cornerback that's crashing down and it'll give me the
Yep.
safety that's behind him. And I'm like, well, okay, he's getting an
Yeah.
extra 8 yards.
Yeah. Or a
So,
touchdown at that point because he's
well,
the only guy
could be.
left.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah. All right, man.
Cool.
Well, it was good talking to you. Best of luck this season.
You too.
We don't play each other in the regular season, but maybe we can have a part two of the
I
series, maybe in
I
the
love to go on a
playoffs.
revenge tour, so you can ask Feds about those.
Yeah. All right, man. It was good
All
getting
right.
to know you, and good luck this year, and hope for the best, man. We'll go Niners, I guess. We'll see how it happens. You
We'll
guys,
see.
you did win the division last year,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, defend that title,
So
man.
we'll do.
Mine slipped away, so
Yeah,
whatever.
you lost at the end. All you
Yeah.
had to do is beat Windy.
Why you gotta bring that up,
I
man? All
mean,
right.
that's
Oh,
tough.
oh, where's the
Tough.
end record button here?
Have a good one.
Have a good one, man. Good to
All
see you.
right.
All
See
right,
you.
bye.